If you just accessed your N8N dashboard and are a bit lost, don't worry, I'm going to show you exactly how to navigate the entire interface so you can start building AI agents right away. So when you're in the dashboard, the first thing you're going to see is add a first step. And you'll just see this big plus button. And let's just add a chat trigger. And this will be one of many triggers that you can add. So you can add a chat trigger. Let's see what other triggers we got here. So all of these different triggers. So we'll select this at the right here, and this will just add in a separate node, and we'll go AI agent. We'll add this in. Okay, and you'll see at the top of every node or trigger, you will see something similar to execute step. And this is so you can test nodes separately. So for here, you could go execute step, and for the chat trigger, you could go test chat. Now at the top here, you'll see there's a save button. So if we don't save this workflow and we just exit out, if we go refresh, you'll see it says reload site. If we go reload the site and it's not saved, our entire workflow will be gone. So you have to manually save your workflow. So I saved that. I'll reload the workflow, and there you go. It's still there. Okay, now let's add a chat model, which is just a brain for our AI agent. And we will add open router. And let's ask it a question. We'll just see if it works. So there we go. The brain doesn't actually work. We need an API key. So I'm going to grab one of my API keys from open router, and we'll just name it N8N2, and we'll give it a dollar amount. And this is going to be our brain for the model. Okay, so we're going to create a new credential. We're going to give it this API key. We're going to retry and save. And let's see what happens now. So we'll come down here. And we'll go, hey again, and then there we go. At the bottom, you see, hello, how can I assist you today? So now our AI agent is functioning, and now we can go through some of the input and output. Okay, so in chat message received, we've got the session ID, the action is send message, and the input is hey, and that is my input right from here. Now, if we go to the AI agent node, we'll see the input that we got is from the chat message, and there's that session ID, the action, and the chat input. And so right now we've got the source or prompt connected to the chat trigger node. You can define below, and you can also just pull this in, and this would be the same thing. And so you can do this for many different nodes, but just know that you can pull in the inputs, which would be in the schema, into your node, and you can have different settings and different options with that. Okay, so if we do the same thing here, we'll just ask it how it's going again. And there we go. Hey, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. So we got the same output right from that. And that's all we did was change the source for prompt. So you can do it automatically, and you can also just define it and add in some JSON yourself. So that is just a very simple AI agent system. And one thing you can also do is, if you see on the left and right here, when chat message received, this is prior. So this is the previous node. And then you can just keep switching tabs. So obviously the more nodes that you have, the more you can switch between, and you can keep going with that. So just know that that is an option as well. And if we come here and we execute each step separately, and just know you can do that for multiple different nodes depending on if they have the execute step or not. So if we have a Google Sheet here, it will have, let's create a spreadsheet. We can go execute step here. It's not going to work because we don't have it set up, but just know that you have that execute step node for you. Now let's get into some of these settings here. So on the top right, you've got duplicate, download, rename, and let's go through some of these. So we'll close this open router here. We'll go duplicate, and this will actually duplicate the entire workflow. And there you go. That's the duplicate function. We've got download. This is going to download your workflow into a JSON file, which we can then upload into a new workflow. So if I go here to workflow, we'll go in the top right here, and we will go import from file, and I will pull that new workflow in as a JSON file, and it's uploaded and ready to use for you. So that is the import file as well. We'll leave this, and we've got import from URL too. So if you have a workflow that you can access through a URL, then you can do that also. So you've got from URL, and then you also have from file. Now you can download that, and you can also rename the workflow. So we will go simple. We'll go learning AI agent for the first time. Okay, so you can rename that. You can also come to the top left here, select that, rename it. You can add a tag. So go learning AI agents, and then any workflow that you have, you can list under these separate tags, and you'll be able to search through those tags through here. So if I go learning AI agents for the first time, there you go, that pops up, and then you'll see these separate tabs here. So content agent, supervisor agent, and then this actually didn't go through. So learning AI agents, boom, right there. We'll refresh this, and then there's that tag. So learning AI agents, and that is how you set a tag for yourself. Those are the settings on the top right. Now let's go to the bottom here. So let's see what we got. We got templates. So this is actually N8N's website that you'll go to, and you can download a whole bunch of free templates here. So let's say I want to download YouTube timestamps, because this is something I've been wanting to automate. You'll see that we have a result here. And so let's select marketing. So for example, we've got 830 marketing automation workflows. So let's just select one and see what it's all about. Add new customers for WooCommerce. Okay, pretty cool. You can use it for free. So a lot of these, like I was showing you here, how you import from file. Right here, import from file. You can come over to these templates, download one for free. You can copy it, or you could import it like that. And you can actually just either use the URL or import from file, and then you'll have those templates built out for you, and you just have to enter in your credentials and change some settings around depending on how you want the workflow to act and work for you. And so that's templates. Let's go through some other ones. Variables, only available on the enterprise plan. Insights, we've got some failed executions, runtime averages. So depending on how you set each workflow, you can see how much time you saved on each workflow, and you can see that in the main area for all the workflows here. So going back to this, we'll go to the help section, and we've got quick start, documentation. I'd love to select all of them. Forum, report a bug. So this is where you can report an issue. We've also got some documents. So all of N8N's documents you can download or just read through. And then here's access to N8N's YouTube channel, so you can go through that and learn some things. And what else do we got here? So this is our updates here, and I'm self-hosted, so it's telling me that this version just released 1 day ago, so we know that we have an update that we can do. And let's go into the bottom left here again, onto our profile. And so we've got usage and plan. So this is telling me that I'm on the community edition, which means that I'm self-hosted. If you are on N8N's cloud, then you won't see this, and you'll see something else. Now for personal, we've got our name, and we've got 2FA, so two-factor authentication, and one of the main settings you might want to change is the personalization. So I like to use the dark theme. It's just easier on the eyes. I would change that. You got users, so there's myself. N8N APIs, I haven't used this before. A lot of these are just available on the enterprise plan. So if you check my community nodes, I have the Appify community node. This is one that I have installed and downloaded. So if I come here, you'll see the check mark, and this is a community run node, and it's published by Appify. So a lot of these third-party integrations are actually run by the exact company now. And so if you just install community node, you can get a list of all of their different actions for the node. What else do we have here? We went through the settings. We went through how to basically go through the dashboard. So one other thing I will go through is execution. So we'll speak to the AI agent, and you'll see here that we have a green node and a red node. So this means complete, and this is going to be listed as an error. And also here's a great example. In the bottom right, you'll see an error popped up. So problem in node, create spreadsheet, unable to sign in without access token. And this is telling us where that error node is. And you can obviously see here that it's the red node. And so we've got an error here that we have to fix. And if we go over to executions, we have some logs here. It tells us, okay, the chat trigger launched, and then the AI agent went through and used OpenRouter, and then it tried to create a spreadsheet, but it was unable to do so and sign in. And so there is our error. And if you come over to the left, you'll see all of different errors and completions. So when we didn't have that Google Sheet connected, we could see that it was completed properly and everything worked. You can really see what's going on here and where the data is going through the workflow and where you're erroring out and how to fix it. So if we come over to our settings at the top right here, we will see the execution order, and we'll keep that as V1 recommended. For the error workflow, this is how you send all of your errors from a live bot. So if I turn this to active, this will send over to another workflow that will collect and log all of the errors. So it would log all of these red incompletions here. Back to settings, we've got save failed production executions. So this is essentially if you want to log some of these, like save manual executions, you can do that. I just leave all of these to save and default. And you can also add the minutes per workflow completion. So if this is saving you 2 minutes per execution, then you save that and you can calculate how much time this workflow is saving. That is just a very simple run through. If you guys like this video and you want to learn more about AI agents and take your skills to the next level, I've got a free AI automations club school that I run, and you can find all of my templates to download and get you about 90% of the way there to building your next automation. Okay, so come join the school. We're a small niche community, and I'd love to see you guys in there. If you guys like this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.